not really sure how much lighting there is in here, but today is just cardio. 20 minutes on the Arctrainer and 20 minutes on the recumbent bike due to the treadmill not having a current power source. So we are going to have to wait this one out, basically. Pretty much. So we got some lighting. It is a DeWalt flashlight with my daughter's name written on it. Anyways. And it gets too warm, so as per usual. So it's not really that okay. It's not that I thought it would be like I need more light, but this flashlight seems to work. And so we have the Cybex Arctrainer. This thing's incredible. And it's cardio day, and we normally do this at 70% resistance. So we'll keep it at this pace for now. We did 2 days of leg day, and we're just going to go for 20 minutes on this thing. Maybe 25. That's what I said. And then we're going to do 20 minutes on the recumbent bike, because I think badass. So I like to keep my strides between around 80 once I get warmed up. It's a really nice night out too. Apparently no viewers, so that's okay. Note to self, lower the 2x4 in there and see if that makes the door look different. So this is the new gen. I'm really digging it. I mean, I can just rotate that bike and all the fun in space. However, push-ups, we're going to have to do outside somewhere. But And there's no real good terrain around here. So I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. On push-up and sit-up day, we'll have to move the gym around each time. Because that'll bother me. So around the 12-minute mark, I always check my heart rate. It's usually on this machine, it registers with 115, 120. But I can get some good cardio on this, but it is not the same as running. And I was really looking forward to running today. Which I guess I can get cardio here, but they'll just randomly, there'll be just cars driving down the street. So many of them. But I'm not even sure how to feel about it. Definitely feeling good on myself. And so I've been seeing a lot of stuff about the VO2 limiter and or the breathing apparatus for running. And then I realized in militaries that so that's my baby. Well, that was my baby. And awkward. But anyways, we're gonna go finish the exercise. We're just gonna restart, and we're gonna do another. We're gonna just restart the whole thing. Oh, hi Jupiter. The gym went to the barn, which is pretty cool. So I'm gonna restart my cardio. And yeah, it's pretty cool in here actually. I'm gonna do 20 minutes on the Cybex Arctrainer, and then 20 minutes on the recumbent bike, which the recumbent bike is right there. And we don't have very much light in here at this current time. There's not a whole lot of light. But I will come up with something cool. So I'm gonna start my cardio. Yeah. So here we go. It's pretty boring. Extremely boring. And I think I'm going to move the camera to a different angle. 1 minute. This might be a more effective spot to view from. So we're using a little battery-powered flashlight. It's pretty cool. So that's probably a better view. Yeah, I think that's probably a better view. Anyways, we're trying to get 20 minutes in on this thing. No rush there. It is? Okay. Cool. I think I'm going to leave the light on this side. Like that. I think that might be more. I didn't really have much time to kind of figure this out. I kind of just moved the gym, ate some food, and closer is better. Oh, you're so funny. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't see your messages from here, but I'm going to try and get 20 minutes in this time. Here we go. 20 minutes. However, we're running on the treadmill, but I don't have a power source yet. I'm thinking about running a long extension cord, but my extension cord won't reach the closest power source. So the poor treadmill is kind of out for the count for a few days. That's okay though. I still get sweaty on this thing. But nice to see you, Jupiter. Glad you're here. I'm going to try and get a tripod for my phone. That may help with these videos. Or maybe I'll install a shelf right on this wall right here. Alright, I wish I could read your comments. I just can't see them from here. The print is too small. Oh, I can bring my scale in here too. Cool. However, there's no good spot for push-ups in here. The floor is atrocious. Maybe where the bench is, or the leg extension machine. That might be a good spot for it. There's plenty of light. So how was your day, Jupiter? Anything interesting? Hi there. I can barely see the screen from here, unfortunately, but thanks for stopping by. I think I know who it is, though, based on the behavior. So I got a phone call in the middle of this, which is cool, because I had already done 7 minutes, and I just decided that 7 minutes didn't count. And so now I'm going to do 20, followed by another 20 on the bike. So they helped me. And I don't know how I'm going to do these time sets without a timer. I'm still trying to figure that one out. I may have to coordinate this with like a partner or something, or like a helper. So this machine set at resistance 70 is a really good sweet spot for 20 minutes. It doesn't make you breathe too hard, but around the 12-minute mark, you should start perspiring. from just the sheer movement, which is always good. Totally digging it. So around 12 minutes, I'll check my heart rate. According to the machine, it's probably going to give me an obnoxious number and make me frustrated. I'm guessing around 120 beats per minute. Oh, I had a eureka or a moment of genius. So I've seen a lot of videos where they have these breathing apparatuses for treating the basically the lungs in a way with the breathing muscles, the diaphragm, and the chest cavity. And what it is it makes your breathing irregular the harder that you treat. And I found that in the military in general, they sing cadence or loud songs in strange off-tune or on-tune paces. And so they begin cadence on the right foot, and the end of the statement or sentence to a song ends on the right foot. And so I found that maybe shouting short variable spurts of songs will emulate a breathing apparatus. Or maybe even just babbling and talking while exercising, because that also changes the breathing. You know what I mean? Like if your heart rate gets to a certain spot, you won't be able to hold a full conversation unless it's super trained to do that. And so I figured, God, it'd be embarrassing to sing songs on a video, but I'll come up with something like a team effort type of motivational chant or song to change the breathing during intense to moderate pace. But that's around January. I have to really plan this one out, think and stuff like that. So even just kind of talking to you guys right now is disrupting a standard breathing pattern, which is good. Yeah. However, if I go quiet, it's probably because I'm focusing or something. By the way, moving this machine, we made it look easy, but it's really not. I mean, it can be, but it's really not. Like, if there's steps and stairs and small, narrow doorways, it can be a pain in the butt. Is that Gracie? Hi, Gracie. So I mean, I'm really digging this machine. It puts like a 60% lunge each rep with a small amount of resistance, which is going to be good for getting the mitochondria to a certain efficiency. And so today I just had salad and tomato with mayonnaise that somehow the expiration date is different than what I read in the store, which is bothering me. I took a small piece of steel wool and scrubbed at it, and it erased itself quickly. So I'm not sure how or what is going on sometimes, because I just wouldn't purchase something that was a month expired. almost hardly ever eat mayonnaise, like any mayo at all. But I do like homemade ranch dressing. It is just so much better, especially on salad. But yeah, I went to the food bank today. It was pretty cool. They had some pretty decent stuff, no complaints, and they even had some packs of baby wipes. So that'll help when I babysit or when I watch my daughter or visit my daughter. I can use those instead of burning from the supply that we had purchased. That really helps. And we're coming up on the 12-minute mark, or the 12-minute event. Event is a good way of calling it. Cool. The 12-minute event. So we're going to check our heart rate. Oh, I'll always be nice to you. I'm serious. If my tone sounds mean, I'm probably like frustrated about something, but I don't think I will ever be mean to you guys, especially my viewers. I'm just saying. So we're going to check our heart rate. Coolest machine ever, by the way. I cannot get it to read a heart rate. See if we can get it to read a heart rate. Just will not register our heart rate. I don't like that. Chokers. Little choters. My shoulders, my shoulders seem to be a bit on the twitchy side tonight. I'm not sure why. I did not get this thing figured. I'm starting to get sweaty. It's nice cool evening. I'm not sure the temperature is about like 60 something. So this is the best machine ever, by the way. Like, if you're body sore, you can always just hop on this thing for 20 minutes. It's a good, and the recumbent bike's good too. Highly recommend the Cybex Arctrainer. You ever seen one of these? Don't be scared to put the incline on 10. Set the resistance to something comfortable, and give it 20 minutes. I try to keep my pace 70 to 80. See if I can take a read. It's frustrating. No. We're starting to perspire, which is good. However, heart rate, a bit. However, it's a real healthy pace for burning some calories. Definitely not correct on that, but you know. So we're going to change our training on this slightly because it's cardio day. And we're going to put it at resistance 18.5. Which is going to be around, if it was at 70, it went to 85. 15 times 4 is 60. So 15 times 4 is 60, right? So it's not that much of a increase in volume from 70 to 85, maybe to 90. For an increase in 20. Now we get a little bit of an increase in volume. Actually, we may just use this thing at max resistance 99 or 100 and try to keep pace for the final minute or so. Actually, 75 seems a sweet spot for really intense movement. I'm going to keep it at 70 and increase strides per minute. Because it's so long. But I'm not sure with the increase in volume, it's from 70 to 85. I'm definitely going to product pen and paper or a calculator. But if 25% is an increase in 15 from 60. So from 70. It's still a good increase in volume. But we've approached the 21-minute mark, so we will call it good because we have 7 minutes earlier before my phone call with my beautiful baby. I got to see my daughter, and here's some news that I don't quite understand, but it's good that she's has all her paperwork for being a citizen, and that way she can have whatever type of goals that she may want to do in the future with her life. Because she is my baby. So for some reason, which happens sometimes. I don't know what the problem is. So that was a good one. But yeah, oh, hi Gracie. Gracie stopped by. She always has nice things to say. So we're gonna go on this thing after letting my sweat dry over. Go on this bad boy. Make sure it's not too wobbly. Normally I put like a painter's tarp under it. No, that's currently the used for the phone support against the top of the cardboard box. We'll just turn it this way or something. Yeah, the floor's atrocious in here. I'm not sure what to do about that. And it doesn't show that you're here, Jupiter, but somehow you are. Yeah. Right, thanks. It doesn't show you here on the stream. It says 0 viewers. And my elbow feels burning or something. I see you pressing the reaction of the heart button. That's cool. I wonder if I can click. No effects. Maybe a retouch on it. We'll do a fit check at the end of this cardio session. I'm going to try and get some sweating. Not sure what's going on with the elbow, but it feels like it's been burned or something, so we'll lather up and soap to try and fix what's going on in the pores. Yeah. So this cool thing, the recumbent bike, is an amazing piece of equipment, but we're only going to do 20 minutes on this thing because it's seated. And it's going to be a wobbly thing too. One moment. Darn it. We may have to dedicate the we may have to dedicate this painter's tarp to underneath the bike. So bear with me in this process. It's going to be extremely darky and everything else. Something like this. It's really that bad in here. One more. We'll find a good spot. Eventually, I'm gonna have to do something like fold this different. Maybe like this. Something up here. And if all else fails, we'll just go back on the Cybex Arctrainer. But I really want to use this thing. That's not so bad. We might be able to use it. Cool. Oh, yeah. So, we're going to use this thing to burn some calories. The recumbent bike. And so it's the more you work at it, the more resistance it has from the air. And so it varies based on humidity and temperature, which is hella cool. Right. I use the thanks. I use the moving pad, or excuse me, the painter's tarp, and I kind of just rolled it in a few spots until it seemed to level out a little more decent. So we'll see how this goes. I usually keep it at around 17, 16, which the bike will start doing a wheelie and scooting. So here we go, 20 minutes. And it has programs. It's gonna be kind of noisy. Also, you can use some WD-40 or something. Some love. But we're going to put it on program. Two, this is a 20-minute timer. And we're going to keep it at around here we go. 16. For like 50 or 60 minutes. scoot it away from the camera. And it's going downhill, so it actually is kind of fun, but yeah, I'm gonna spin the bike 360 degrees though. One moment. It's downhill, so it's like, it's all backwards. Let's try something like this. This might be a little more practical for what is occurring during the movements. That way it's not like so ridiculous looking on the screen too. So I try to keep it at, yeah, that's much better. Around 60. And I usually end up doing 7.5 miles, 5 miles in 20 minutes. Go. already in the new gym. But you see why I don't like to do more than 20 or 30 minutes on it? Because it's a lot of moving around while sitting down, you know? So to make this more difficult, I might wear ankle weights or wrist weights. So it's reading another nonsense a little cool at 55. I usually make it to 5 miles in 20 minutes. We'll see. Some days I'm more frisky on this thing than others. It is pretty good. However, the moving pad underneath the grill, or excuse me, the moving pad would be awesome, but the canvas part underneath really helps. And so we're at the 3 mile mark according to the sensor. Now we got 7 minutes left till we reach the 20-minute mark. Almost there, yeah. 5 more minutes. There we go. So pretty soon we'll be able to do this like way more often because we're in the barn. We'll start to do it. For my push-ups and sit-ups, I'm not sure when to do those. It's giving an obnoxious heart rate too. It really doesn't make sense. Looks like we'll hit the 5 mile mark though. Looks like we made it. That is a total of 48 minutes of cardio. Nothing too intense, not too crazy. Eventually on the treadmill and stuff. But we're just gonna get really used to it first. So we're going to move the camera more towards the mirror. Yeah. So I have this urge to go back on the other machine for 20 minutes, but something tells me that to just do that first thing in the morning, come out here and do 20 minutes on the Cybex Arctrainer, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to clean the machines and call it early because I have to pee. Thanks for streaming, guys. Later.